Hey, 73. That's right, 73 subscribers now. Thank you for everyone who subscribed to this thing. Again, I'm not, trying to become super large. I do appreciate when people do check out the videos. So, obviously, it's New Year's Eve. The Christmas 25 Days of Customs has ended. And I was going to start doing once a week a new custom figure because, believe me, I have a lot of new custom figures. But I was very proud of this one because this one is actually one I've only done myself. Now, yeah, I used a head from a Jakks figure, but I actually did the painting myself on this one, and I'm very proud of it. It's my first attempt, and I feel like it came out really clean. So, without further ado, as many of you know who follow me on Instagram or people who've talked to me on Facebook groups and whatnot, especially the custom board, I've been studying and researching and learning this stuff, and I decided that I was going to go one step further. I was actually going to go get acrylic paint pens and Mod Podge, I think is what they call it, and so that way it doesn't chip. But I bought many Stone Cold Steve Austin Ultimates. The body type is just perfect for generic, mostly not super ripped guys, but also not super skinny guys. And I was going to originally do this with a Triple H body. The tan was a little too off on the face. I'd have to paint the whole head, and I'm not that kind of customizer. I'm mostly just a Frankensteiner, but I've been learning to do some painting, but I keep it very simple. And this one I feel like is simple. Of course, the arms are going to be changed because the arms are just a little too skinny. I mean, looking at reference shots and watching countless hours of heat matches with this individual, he had a little bit more jacked arms. Not so much on the legs. The legs I think look fine, especially with the knee pads and the combo. And what's nice is today I'm going to not only show this off, I'm going to show you the formula so you want to build your own. Hello, ladies. The Big Valboski. Now, fully playable. Now, I will admit the front one, good V, but I love the back design. I think I really got the V way better on the back portion of that. You're probably wondering why it's in silver. He wrestled in a silver black Val Venus attire, and I could have done two-tone colors. I could have done this generic purple. I could have done that weird, color in almost all of this to silver and all this to the back silver. But I just wanted the V. I liked this look, and when I was watching the heat matches, he actually wrestled a few times against like D'Lo Brown, against Chris Benoit in this attire. So I like to stand out a little bit above the rest. I like to try to do something that's different. Again, paint pens. I was very careful. I went over it with a little bit of black to kind of help level it out, but really I think I definitely got the back really well. And then I kind of just painted, underneath because I was like, I wonder if I should stop just right there and leave it. I was like, nah, just put it underneath. Of course, it was a Stone Cold body. I took a lower tights, not knee joint, but below the knee joint, that almost like little calf part connector. And I put those in there, and then I put bigger knee pads to kind of give that look, because a lot of times he wrestled with this whole like sleeve look going on here. With my Hideo Tommy, I actually just there's a little bit of gappage. I ended up painting that and then sealing that as well, which you'll see him in the future. But I was really proud of this Val Venus. I mean, yeah, the attire, of course, is probably not what you remember. When I saw this, I was like, whoa, this is kind of cool. And then when I saw the paint pens came in, and I saw how shiny that silver makes. I was like, this is perfect. The arms, he did wrestle without wrist tape a lot of times. He also wrestled with wrist tape later on. So I'm going to swap this out with some Ken Shamrock bulkier arms, not super jacked, but a little bulkier, that don't have the wrist tape. So he'll have the bulkier look of the arms. But really, he wasn't super cut. He wasn't as I've seen photos of him and Austin when they fought each other, and you couldn't really see too much of a difference. I think the arms are a little bit bulkier. I think he put more work into his arms than Austin put into his arms. Legs, again, with the way it's cut like this, you can't really see the bulkiness. And the head is, I didn't paint the head. That's just a Jakks Classic Superstar Val Venus head. Now, if you follow my Mercari page, you know I have two other Val Venuses currently on there. One that was done by a great customizer. No offense to his work. I liked his work. I wanted to go up another level from the elite to the ultimate. And so what I did is basically, it was a great figure. It's just he made really shiny, big, bulky boots, and to me, it just didn't look right. He has more of a thinner build down below a little bit. The boots, I saw the custom on Makari, the other one that I bought, that was in purple and a little more tan. They definitely painted the hair and whatnot, and they had the thinner boots, and I thought that's where they should have went with. I mean, if I can make these boots shiny, if I can figure out how to make these boots shiny, I probably would. But for the most part, it's fully playable. It's just an Austin. I swapped out the knee joint a little bit. I had the bigger knee pads. I had some some thinner long boots. I'm switching out the arms. I mean, he swivels, of course, because he's not glued at the waist, so I don't have to worry about anything. So obviously, you've got no cracked lines because I haven't taken this one apart. And I've taken many apart. Over the course of this next year, I hope to show off all over 150 new Ultimates. Ultimate conversions, ultimate builds we're talking taking Jakks Pacific figures and turning them into Ultimates. And some people say, why Ultimates? Why not go to Elites? I figure if you're just going to go, if you're going to do a custom, might as well go to the top rung. Now, obviously, some guys can't get Ultimates. They don't have the torso parts for it, and I'll talk about those ones in the future. But, I mean, I'm very happy with this Val Venis. I mean, it's somebody I don't think we're going to be getting anytime soon. It's like he's not in with the company. He's not exactly in the greatest standings with his ideology. Is not what WWE wants around them. I mean, we did get Godfather, but I mean, Val, apparently he's got some very controversial subjects, or he was part of some controversy, and all it was is a paint pen, very, very detailed, or very carefully, and I'm not the best. It's not a decal. Just very clean. I've been praised by how clean I made it, just freehand style. I mean, obviously there's better customizers out there, but this was just freehand, very, very carefully. At one point, it did go a little bit over too far, and I had to take the black and kind of erase a little bit, almost like redo it a little bit. But I mean, from afar, you can tell it's Val Venis, right? So I was telling one of the people I take care of here, he was like, oh, I think, you missed a little bit up here and there. Now, people have told me the best way to do customs is, you take your figures apart. That way you can get all the paint done and whatnot. Obviously, I didn't want to do that with the Val Venis. Now, if I was going to paint a whole, like all of this was in purple, I would just get a base purple character. Like I'd get a Ric Flair or something like that and then do the paint work, because it is almost impossible with these Austins, these ratchet joints, to take everything off to where you can get in there and get every minute detail. So, fair warning, if you're trying to do customs yourself, make sure they have ball joints, because if they have ratchet hips, you're not taking them off anything below the thigh, and even then, that can break pretty easily, even with hot water. So, be very careful. Anyway, thank you to the 73 people who have subscribed. Hopefully, more people will show up. I mean, I guess my end goal with all of this was maybe one day to be invited to Mattel for their reveal kind of thing. Obviously, that's thousands and thousands and thousands of followers down the road. And I'm not as energetic as other people out there, but I'm somebody who's been collecting since he was 8 years old. Never really did customs until just, I found a passion for it. And from the people I've been buying from and talking to, they told me that I'm not doing too bad for myself for a first attempt. So, thanks again, and look forward to next week when I reveal another Ultimate Custom in great detail. Oh, and by the way, check out Wrestling Fig Fed coming up this next year. I've redone a little bit, way more brands. Of course, if you want to see photos of the guys with the belts, if you want to see the actual lineup with the matches or whatever it is, let me know. I'll gladly do some fig photography photos and put them into the slides. But always welcome for more suggestions. Till next time, Happy New Year.